Hi guys, been a while since I did a video. My last one was the snake juice diet that I decided to try. Well guys, I did it for a week, decided it's not for me. Like I said, I'm going to lose weight my way. I mean, it did work for that week. I did lose, I went from what was it? Gosh, I can't remember what I said I was. But anyway, I lost a few pounds there. I think 5 pounds for the week. But I didn't like it. And if I don't like what program I'm on, I won't stick to it. So I decided to go back to what I did before, which was the 1 meal a day. By the way, I hope you're all doing well. Sorry. But I'm doing 1 meal a day. I started back up on that because I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem going through the day and not eating till the evening. And for me, when I did it before, it was very successful. And like I said, I just, you know, I gave up a while back and I thought I don't care, but I do care now. Like I said in my other video, the extra weight has made a difference in my life, and I don't like it. I don't like what it's done. So I will keep up with you, showing you my weight loss, because I've never had a problem not eating breakfast anyway. And so going till dinner just isn't hard for me. So what I'm doing is I'm eating around, I guess 5:30 or so, around there, between 5 and 6. And then I don't eat anything, you know, outside of that. For me personally, to lose weight, it has to be something that I really will stick with and am comfortable with. Now, even in my 1 meal a day, there are times when, you know, let's face it, we're human and the hunger gets the best of you. And I'm like, oh, I really want something. I will go and grab like 5 or 6 grapes. Don't ask me why grapes, it just works for me. I'll get like 5 or 6 grapes, eat those. I'm good to go till dinner when I'm really going to eat my meal. And I'm making my meal mainly protein, because I thoroughly believe in low carb eating. I believe carbs that's what's killing us. We eat way too many carbs, especially processed, unhealthy carbs. You know, the breads and pastas and candies and cookies and cakes and ice cream and all that bad stuff we eat way too much of. So I'm going back to that, just to, you know, get my weight back down where I want it to be, and be comfortable with what I'm doing. Because as you all know, if you don't like what you're doing, you will not stick with it, right? You know it. You won't stick with it. You'll start off really gung-ho. Oh, this is great. But then you realize you don't really like it and you don't stick with it. Then you just forget it and go back to your old ways of eating. And that's not my goal. My goal is to completely change my way of eating again. I've done this before. But I want to stick with it because I see the difference in how I feel without all the carbs, without all the sugars, without all the sodas, without all the sweet stuff. In fact, I'm now to the point where when I eat something sweet, you know, because I will treat myself once a week, I will treat myself. But even that now I'm finding I don't really enjoy that much. Like for Easter, we had strawberry shortcake. I had a tiny little triangle of it. I mean, it was like a little piece like that, okay? With a little whipped cream on top and some strawberries. And that was too sweet for me. I ate it, but it was like, oh, you know, even halfway through that little bit, it was too sweet. So it does start changing your taste for sweets. The longer you're off all the carbs and sugar, the more you don't want it. And even like now, I'm like today, I'm not thinking about sweets. I'm not thinking about them at all. My son gave me a little box of candy, you know, the Russell Stover candies. I love those, the chocolates. And I will have one in the evening, and that's perfect. Because I still, you know, I'm not going to do completely without. I'm not going to be one of these crazy people out there who, I never touch sugar, I never touch carbs, I never touch meat, I never touch this. Sorry, I'm not going to, that's not me. That's not, to me, that's not sustainable. And it's crazy. Life's too short. I'm going to enjoy some stuff. But I see now that by not eating the sweets and the sugar and drinking sweets and, you know, sugary stuff, I have lost my taste for the sweets. So I'm happy with that. I'm really, really happy with that. And it's like last night I got one of those little chocolate squares, you know, the little chocolate candies in the Russell Stover box. I love those. I don't know why, but I do. I even had a hard time finishing that. Those little tiny squares. What are they? 1 inch squares? I even had a hard time finishing that. That's when I really realized, wow, I have lost my cravings for sugar. So yeah, guys, I'm telling you, getting rid of the carbs, it really works for me. And my energy level, I'm going to tell you real quickly, by eliminating sugar, when I first started it, for the first 2 days, I felt like hell. I mean, I felt sick, I felt miserable, I was shaky, I was full of anxiety. I actually felt like I was having a panic attack or something as I was withdrawing from the sugar. I had severe headaches. Oh my God, all day I had a severe headache the first day. I couldn't go to sleep, I was restless, I was just a mess as I withdrew from that sugar. And that's when I really realized how addicted I am to it, in my particular case. And being without it now, as soon as I stopped all the sugar and everything, my energy skyrocketed. After that first 2-3 days, I could not believe, like I stopped it on a Wednesday, and Friday morning I woke up like, I felt like somebody gave me an energy shot. I was like, wow, I feel so good. I just had the energy and feeling fantastic. My mood, before that, when I was eating lots of carbs and sugar, my moods were so up and down. I would actually say that I was like going into depression sometimes, just thorough depression. I would eat the sweets, what have you, and I just felt horrible. And that's why that Monday night, I believe it was, that or Sunday, what was it? I don't remember what day it was, but I had eaten a ton of sweets. And that night, I was a mess. I felt like I was strung out and freaking out. It was terrible. I was crying. I even had to call a neighbor over the next day to come and be with me and talk with me because I felt like I was just like flipping out. That's the only way I could describe it. And I realized, my God, I ate carbs all day, all day. It was for my birthday. I turned 64 on April 14th. And I decided to treat myself, ate goodies all day long. Wheat, another bummer, grains, bummers, bad stuff. I ate it all day. That night, I'm not lying to you, after my family left, you know, celebrating my birthday with me, I just felt it coming on. Like I was shaky and I felt weird and I felt just, I don't know how to explain, just like strung out. And I was crying and it was horrible. And I realized like I OD'd on carbs. And so the next you know, few days, I just stopped them completely, like cold turkey, no sugar, no carbs other than what was in low carb vegetables. And then I would have maybe a few grapes, you know, because I wanted something sweet, but I didn't want sweet. And I'm telling you, in those days, it was awful. I can't describe how bad I felt. I felt like you see people on TV when they're withdrawing from drugs. I was so shaky. I walked around the house like, you know, I was like, oh my God, I'm shaking. It was terrible. But once that passed, which took, what, 2 days, amazing. My energy just went straight up. I'm sleeping better now. I feel better. For Easter, I had that little bit of, you know, strawberry shortcake, what have you. And even that was enough to make, I felt myself not feel as good. And so now I just don't have a taste for sweets, guys, and that's a big deal to me because I've always loved sweets. From the time I was a child, I love sweets, candies, cookies, cakes, ice creams, pie, you name it. But I'm not going back to that because I realize now that I'm 64, I want to keep my energy level good. Oh, the other thing too is when I woke up the day after my birthday, eating all the grains and dairy, you know, ice cream and sweets, I'm not lying to you when I tell you my hands were so swollen. I could not get my ring off. I had to use soap to get my ring off. They were just swollen and puffed and aching. My whole body was aching from head to toe. I'm telling you, I was just aching. My joints ached, my feet ached, everything ached from eating that stuff all day on my birthday. And that's when I realized, okay, this is not all in my head. My fingers were just, they looked like little sausages, literally. They were just puffed that bad. And that's when I thought, nope, this is not how I want to live my life. I don't want to wake up achy. I don't want to wake up to when I step out of the bed, my feet hurt. I don't want any of that. And what it was doing to my moods, causing me actual depression, guys. And it wasn't mild. I would get very depressed. I'd go up, I'd go down. I'd be happy, I'd be totally sad. I'd just drop. And so I did more research on that. I've always known sugar was not good for you and sugar could cause mood swings. But I went into a lot of research about it, and it can actually cause psychosis, manic depression, I mean, really serious mental stuff, because it actually works on our brain in the same place where drugs affect you. So going without sugar is going to be my life, except for maybe one day a week I might treat myself to a little bit of something. You know, I love my Dr. Pepper, you know, so I get those mini cans. I will treat myself to that now and then if I feel like it. But I'm noticing now that I just don't want sugary things. I'm starting to drink more tea, you know, water, lots of water. Well, not lots. I drink when I'm thirsty and that's it. I don't believe in this 8 ounces every hour crap. I drink when I'm thirsty. That's it. And I'm just feeling 100% better, sleeping better. I wake up energized. I don't wake up, you know how it is when you wake up and you're like, oh my God, it's the morning, I can't do this. I don't do that anymore. And I was doing that while I was eating carbs. I would wake up and just want to stay there all day. It was hard to get out of bed. Like this morning I woke up, I felt fantastic, and it was, what, 6:45. One of my dogs had to go out because last night she wouldn't go. It was raining and pouring so hard last night. She just refused to go, so I was like, okay, she'll let me know when she needs to. Well, she went through the night, but woke me up at 6:45. And I was up. My energy was there. I didn't feel like I need to lay back down to bed. And it's such a good feeling to have that kind of energy. So yeah, guys, I will show you the scales as it goes down. It will be slower than obviously on the snake juice diet, which, you know, that works great for some. But I'm sorry, I have to like what I'm doing or I will not stick with it. And that was just, the taste was just something I couldn't tolerate all day, drinking salty water. It just didn't work for me. If it works for you, that's great, because it is successful for, you know, a lot of people have a lot of success for it. So, yeah, guys, sorry I didn't, you know, make a video sooner, but I just had a lot to think about and how I was going to deal with all this. And I realized that the 1 meal a day works great for me. It just is something that is easy to do too. You don't have to be planning meals all day and that sort of thing. You just plan for a really good healthy meal and it works great. So maybe sometimes I'll show you what I'm eating, you know, for the evening, and then I'll show you my weight as it goes down. When I see it goes down, I'll show you that. I'm not going to do it every day because there are going to be days when it might not budge. And then there are days when it might be 2 or 1, whatever, pounds. But I will let you know. And maybe you can try it with me, the 1 meal a day. That's something I can stick to and have stuck to before. And it didn't wear thin on me. It wasn't like, oh gosh, after a week or 2 I can't do this. No, that one worked for me. And like I said, if you want to, if in between you're like, oh, I'm kind of hungry, grab something very, you know, how can I put it? Because, like, yeah, grapes are sugar. They're sweet. But 4 or 5 grapes is not like eating a candy bar. And it still fulfilled that sweet need. And it's good for me. That was it. I was like, okay, I don't need anything else. So, guys, I'll keep in touch with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going good in your life. God, have you ever had a day when something keeps itching your nose and you just and you just can't figure out what's itching your nose? I was in Target today and I thought, God, my nose won't stop itching. They're going to think I'm some kind of a Coke addict or something, you know? It just wouldn't stop itching. I don't know if it's some kind of a allergy thing in the air. I mean, I don't have allergies, but it just kept itching. It's been itching me all day like you know when you have a hair tickling your nose. That happens every once in a blue moon, and today's one of those days. It's like, my nose is itching me. I had to hide it in Target. I was like, oh God, you know. But anyway, hope you guys are having a good one. I will talk to you all later. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.